I mean, good for what it is. If you're a fan
There
of
was a
cars.
banging Dora game back when I was like 4. PS2, that thing slapped. I could never find it after.
Swiper, no swiping.
Hem, you joke. But 4-year-old Max thought that game was the sickest thing to ever come out. And you know, maybe there's a part of me that thinks maybe he was right. Maybe that's the only good video game ever.
That's
This one?
we all missed out.
That's what came up when I searched for Dora the Explorer PS2 game. Came out 2005 on GameCube.
Timeline is right, but I
PS2.
don't recognize that cover or title.
I don't know if it had a different one. If it had like a different one for different regions.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of ones that looks like we need to search for it.
So last time we had just about reached the end of the corridor of the spoke leading out from Sector A, trying to get out of the influence of the dampening of our hearing. And upon crossing the threshold back into the ring, essentially, we were able to hear once more. And deciding that we don't want to deal with that again, we look for another way to go. So looking around, we can see that there are kind of like hazard lights, not hazard lights, kind of a guiding light for traffic to go that went away from Sector A, leading down further down the ring. And we chose to go that way, see what we can find down that way, since there's no, shall we say, destruction of the corridor that we experienced in the other spoke intersection. So we progress. We go down the ring, trying to find a security terminal to give us further clues on the data that we uh, witnessed before on the computers, and see if we can find any further communication on the lockdowns that were being enforced and what we could do to get some sanity in our situation. So we continue down the ring, following the lights, and these lights lead us to a navigation room that has maps, star maps on the walls, 3 terminals, as I recall, and a small portal on the other side of the room from where we entered. Uh, we we determined that looking at the maps is a likely cause of death from incomprehension, because we could potentially roll a 1. So we choose not to look at the star maps too closely after not finding anything of relevance. And Larry looks at a terminal to see what he can find from there. And the only information that comes up is a message saying full lockdown, and I don't remember the exact wording, but essentially it was that the station is on lockdown and there's no leaving or entering it, which leads to the thought of how is it that we were able to enter the station in the first place if it was on full lockdown, and how did we gain access when nothing was done on our part to actually override that lockdown. With that cheery thought and no other actual clue in the navigation room as to the security detail, we then proceed down the other side of the room's portal and find it is a corridor that splits at the end to the left and to the right. From Larry's memory of the station, he determines that Sector A would be down the left corridor. And when Billie asks which way to go, he suggests that we go right. We go right, and we see a door, a glass door, that is blockaded on the other side by a bunch of debris, with a ventilation system open on top of the door. Larry climbs up using his snake like gifts and goes through the ventilation system a good distance until he finally gets on the other side of the door, where it looks like a sort of hangar room. Um, he manages to get the grating of the vent off silently, but considering that he did not see any kind of like threat in the room, he decides to leap out of the ventilation system down to the catwalk, doing a few pirouettes, a couple flips, but with no actual concern about being stealthy. Because of that, once he lands and makes all that noise, something hurt him. Something very loud and with movement hurt him. And Larry freaks out. He is not very happy and decides, yeah, I don't want to be alone no more. And then goes to the debris on the other side of the door and starts manically getting out of the way. Finally, with his trusty wrench, he manages to hit a chair's leg in the right spot to just clear away most of it, and turns around to see a pair of metallic legs dragging around an upper body, sprinting to him from climbing up the catwalk. The rest of the group marches in and proceeds to save Larry's ass from this not an actual threat, but scary threat.
Mhm.
After putting it down, they find that it's just a broken down android, and while they're examining it, Larry, for whatever reason, decides to look into one of the boxes on the catwalk to see what else there was. Since underneath the catwalk there is I forgot to mention it before, a broken down spaceship, which presumably is where the android came from in the first place.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And yeah, but Larry's looking inside the box. He reaches in, moves aside the the fake peanuts, only to touch the face of another android. Another one that lights up and begins to move. Crawls out of the box, all spider android looking thing, down on Larry, and says, "Service will be." No, I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm not gonna ruin it because I don't know the exact wording. Sorry. Anyway, the android climbs out and is about to do whatever it is about to do, and Billie shoots it and damages it sufficient to have it drop on Larry. And while all that's happening, apparently more were coming up from behind the group up the catwalk. One manages to get close enough, but is heard by Billie and Rice before they get attacked from behind, and they manage to turn around and take care of it. And it was also followed by another one, as I recall, or maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, they managed to take down all their assailant androids, and hopefully Larry's done dealing with androids. because he dealt with a lot last time.
Good luck, buddy.
Yep. And that was last time due to some technical issues. So kind of a shorter recap this time.
Did we lose Max?
No, I think he's typing something.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty thorough and accurate recap, unless anyone else has something to add.
Not that I can think of.
No.
All right. Then yeah, that is where we pick up in this large bay-style room surrounded by these robotic bodies twitching and leaking oil out as you have thoroughly rendered them enough that they cannot locomote or pose any threat to you guys at this point.
Right. So we defeated the androids that were coming at us, but we stopped right there, right? We didn't make a decision to go down toward the spaceship or anything like that. Is that correct?
Yes, you guys are still on the catwalk surrounding the perimeter of the room.
Well, I'm proposing that if we truly think these things are dead, we go down and take a look at that derelict ship and try to figure out what it's doing here and why they came off of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Larry's good with it. Larry will be in the rear with the gear, checking his underwear.
All right. In that case, you can see a couple ladders lead down from the catwalk, and in the corner of the room is a large set of thin metal stairs that would bring you down as well.
I think I don't think Billy feels too strongly about it, but I think he'd probably opt for the stairs. I don't know if the group thinks we should go separate ways or go together.
No, we should stick together.
Okay.
Larry's keeping one body at least.
Can we see the lower level, catwalk? Or can we not? Is it, right above it and you can't, look down and see
No,
it?
you guys can see the catwalk, is maybe wide enough for 3 people side by side that you guys are on. And in the middle of the room, you can see all the way down to the floor is this large mechanic-looking station, basically, with enough space for a couple smaller ships, personal ships, basically.
Alright, yeah, I can take the stairs down. It's probably the slightly safer option.
Yep.
We're gonna go in our normal party order. Jonny, Washy in front, and then some assortment of people behind.
Yeah, the normal time. That sounds fine.
Yeah.
So we go down the stairwell. Meanwhile, Max is laughing. They should have taken the ladder.
Little do you know, the stairs are one big android. We'll see when it decides to wake up. No, yeah. Everything seems normal in this room, at least for now. So you guys are all able to take the stairs down to the lower level without any incident. And it's a pretty large room, large enough to fit a couple of personal-sized, space stations. Like I said, it's like a garage almost. And on the lower level, there's very little, in the way. So it's just sort of a wide open space with this one skeletonized spaceship kind of in the middle.
Do we see any other androids that are broken down around the spaceship?
Um, not necessarily like around the spaceship, but just sort of on this floor of the room. Yeah, there's plenty of parts that seem like they were um not professionally removed, let's say.
Hmm.
Is there any that look like they might still be operational?
Um, I guess define operational. There's definitely not anything that's put together enough to like get up and move. But
Okay.
there's like a arm torn off at the elbow. The hand of it would probably still be fine. It
No,
isn't
like one,
damaged. But
one, one set of whole kind of.
yeah, no, none of that. It's like it's parts. It's
Yeah.
robotic limbs and heads and torsos, just sort of separate from everything else.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I think with my gun at the ready, cautiously just continue on.
All right. Now that you're down on that level, you can see there are two large bay doors, one sort of at the opposite wall from where you guys entered, and one to the right of that, like the right hand side of the room.
And are they closed at the moment?
They are. They've got great big windows on the upper half of it, so you can kind of see into both of the adjacent rooms or hallways, but it's pretty dark.
Mm-hmm. As for the ship itself, as we get closer,
Mhm.
does it look more like it was just stripped down for parts, or like it was torn apart, like the androids?
It looks pretty busted, yeah.
Hmm. And do we see those gouges on the floors and walls like we did in the corridor before?
Um, you mean when you were first getting into Sector A, or
Correct.
like in the
Yes.
hall just
Yes.
before this room? Nothing that drastic, no. There's like, some minor dents, but not like claw marks.
Mhm.
Well, I think Billy's just gonna jump toward the nearest hatch and go in. Doesn't seem like there's any reason to be cautious at this point, said the pilot with -2 caution, -1 caution.
Yeah, sure. From the bottom of the stairs, the nearest door would be the like south-facing one, so you can see from the bottom of the stairs. You guys can see a little bit more than the one the far end of the room from you. It looks like it's another larger sort of bay like this, but like I said, much darker, so you can't make out a ton of detail. There's a little, one of the usual pads you guys have been seeing that opens these more mechanical style doors.
Okay. Would it be familiar or looking enough that Billy thinks that he can just punch a few buttons and open it up, or is this something that we would need our offboarder to? Okay. All right, well then he's going to walk up to the panel and, assuming that nobody's reaching out to grab his hand and stop him, he's going to do whatever he thinks is appropriate to get the door open.
Yeah, sure. You go over into it and interact with it for a couple seconds, press some buttons, and you all hear the usual as this much larger door opens up with whatever sort of like hydraulic system it's got going on. And as it does so, you feel this real cold air pour out of it, so cold that it almost, fogs up like your breath outside in winter.
Okay. Are the lights on, the interior lights on, or is it dark?
It's dark.
Okay. Billy's going to crack a new glow stick and just throw one in the hatch and see if that can illuminate anything that would before he just steps in blindly.
Yeah. You do as you say, throw it in, and it illuminates the room enough that you can see. Like I said, it's another large bay, but this one much more full. It's got several more of these cannibalized almost ships that seem like they're stationed around this large cube in the middle, this large, like, metallic mechanical cube that they are connected to via hoses and wires and metal arms and the like. And then you can see beyond that is the next door, which you can tell leads out to space.
Okay.
It's not a door so much as it is a porthole.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I think my impression before was that we were in some kind of hold and the ship was entirely on the interior of the station, but it sounds like it's docked to the station the same way that ours was. Is that correct?
Excuse me?
I was thinking that based on like how this was described, I thought we were in like a large bay and the ship was on the interior of the bay with like entirely within the space station, but it sounds like it's attached.
No, that's correct. It's inside.
Oh, okay.
All of these ships are probably smaller than yours because yours is fit for at least the three of you who got here in it.
Mm-hmm.
This one is much smaller and it does fit fully inside the station here.
Ah, okay. All right. Well,
picture like a bus versus a car.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm remembering the description you just provided.
Another big bay-like room. In the middle of it is this large metallic cube that three of these, compact ships are seemingly attached
Okay.
to.
Got it.
And surrounding that are all the usual desks and doohickeys that you guys have been passing, computer terminals that are long since broken and the like. It is painfully cold unless you have, well-insulated clothing.
Yeah. Okay. Billie kind of looks at the rest of the group with a, hey, what should we do gesture.
You want the boxes? Well, cube.
Yeah. Go and investigate. So the cube is separate to the ships?
Yeah,
Or
the cube looks like it's almost built into the bay, and the ships are, attached to it. Again, much like a mechanic's garage has the car lifts and stuff like that.
All the ships look like the same type of ship?
Not identical, but they're all, like small cruisers. They're like the compact cars of the space world, I guess.
Yeah. It's not like, they're all kind of the same thing. Yeah. Rather than, you don't have one where it's
same purpose, but different, like, brand or whatever.
Yeah. It's not like you're going to fight a ship and then you've got a, like a...
Yeah, exactly.
A passenger ship to take people to the surface or something.
Yeah. All the same style.
Yeah. If there's nothing in that ship that's obvious, I guess go and investigate the cube.
Dun dun.
There you go. Keep an eye out on the other ships, unless they call them over to the cube as well.
Okay.
So is there a
cube investigated? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything on the cube that would look like a user interface for humans, or is it just a giant box?
It's a big box with a whole bunch of like robotic mechanical arms holding these ships, and like I said, tubes connecting to it.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of like it looks more like I'm imagining like almost like a docking station for the ships where they could be like refueled or have parts switched out or something like that.
That seems to be the case, pilot.
Damn, I'm good. Okay. And
Billie's a lot of things, but of them, the most prominent thing is he knows his ships.
Yeah. I'm such a great pilot. I know the equivalent of like an outlet plug that you have in your wall. Like, gentlemen, I know you guys might not be familiar, but this is a docking station. Like, dude, we all work in space, you freaking idiot. We know what it is. Okay. Does the rest of the party feel satisfied that we've investigated the cube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apart from the door that heads out into space, there's only the way that we came into this room. Is that correct?
Yes.
Huh. So I'm just remembering we opened up one of the ships and it was really cold inside, or was that the bay itself that was cold?
The whole bay, yeah. It was
The whole
like
bay.
frigid.
Okay. Is there an obvious reason why it isn't temperature controlled? Like, there's nothing about.
Not an obvious one. No, you'd
Yeah.
have to look around and see if you could find anything.
Okay.
Is there
Is there?
any... Oh,
Go ahead.
is there any working computer terminals, or are they all, not like all broken?
Off.
There's a whole bunch of them in here, so the ones that you can see do all look off, but this bay is a lot more cramped than the previous one. It's more like single file hall surrounding this big cube, and then side like offices and desks and stuff like that. So you could look through the offices, see if you could find one that's working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does this, given the number of desks or offices around us, does this sound like a job that would take an hour to find a working terminal, or would be like a 5-minute, just walk past some windows and see if anything's running?
Yeah, I'd say like 20 minutes tops.
Okay.
If you're just looking to find one that's functional, you just got to pop in a room,
Yeah.
check it, and then go to the next
See if
room.
any monitors are on. Yeah.
And with that, anyone want to give me any kind of roll for that, please?
I'm happy to roll
Who's
for it,
looking
but I
very
think it was Johnny's idea. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. First roll of the night. Big numbers, come on.
Mhm.
Big number.
It's D. Hang on,
2d10.
I always forget.
2d10 plus or minus one of your stats.
No pressure.
trying to
Literally
think.
space. No pressure.
I'm trying to think what stat to use.
Acumen sounds pretty
I
good.
was gonna
Working
say,
with
yeah, but-
computers, technology.
Be my guess.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Nice.
Alright,
Okay.
yeah. Following Jonny Washy, it does not take very long to find a working terminal, and it's, same as all the rest, a little vague in what it says, but, just a drop-down text menu style thing.
All right.
You look okay.
Is there any reports on the computer, like log files, report kind of things, about what it was used? Well, I know it's like docking, but like anything more specific.
Yeah, so looking through, there's like the most recent log seems in line with the dates of whatever sort of emergency swept this place up. But beyond that, there seems like there's a couple summaries of what this room is. And as an officer, you can pretty easily put together this is like the fighter bay,
Yeah.
as opposed to whatever the last one was. And you can see now looking at these ships that they are at least mildly equipped for combat, right? They're not like purely civilian.
Yeah.
And looking at the most recent log, it seems like whether or not this is part of like the evacuation that was going, all of the ships currently on this dock attempted to leave, and the system said no.
All right.
They were manned at the time, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the computer, is there any like temperature control, or like a thermostat thing or something? See if we can warm it up a little bit.
There's probably some sort of mechanism to control the temperatures of the ships that are connected to the cube, and you can see, it reads out levels for like fuel, ammunition on these couple of ships, and you can see that the purpose of the large cube is to hold a whole bunch of fuel.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like there's a way to control that, just like monitor it.
Right.
And it is like flashing warnings air way too cold for takeoff, that kind of stuff.
So
It
in
doesn't seem to know why.
sorry, I was gonna say, so in universe, there's no reason that a bay like this would normally be this cold. Like, this is unusual for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I can't turn up the temperature from this one,
Do we run the risk of having to roll a save or take physical damage from being in this space too long, given the cold, or?
Yeah, I'd say if you stayed here for a lot longer, but just looking through a computer.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is pretty okay, and
Yeah.
it's warming up slightly from now that it's open to the other rooms.
Oh, okay. Some equalizing.
Not drastically. It's still very
Yeah.
cold and uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but it's not like instant frostbite at all. No.
Okay.
yeah, well, so yeah.
I'm gonna step away for
Larry?
just a second, guys. Sorry. You can keep going though.
Okay, yeah. Mike, you said Larry is sort of watching the ships while everyone else is doing what they're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
I had to step away when you were first describing the room to go.
Oh yeah, I can
to the front door.
re-describe it if you'd like.
I was just wondering. You were saying that there was a portal to the outside, right? To space.
There is. Yeah.
And am I able to tell if you're able to dock a ship from that doorway, or does the ship have to come in here?
It looks like the door is used to get ships inside.
Okay.
It's a great big porthole.
Okay. Yeah.
As you're watching these ships, though, while everyone else is doing what they're doing, you can see the inside of all of them. The glass is like covered in frost. You can't really make out any details on, the interior of these ships. But as you're observing this, you can kind of hear this like kind of cracking sound coming from somewhere behind where you are, like in the corner of the room. It's hard to describe. It's like someone stepping on leaves or like breaking ice almost.
Okay. And do I see anything when I turn to the noise?
You see a door leading to a smaller chamber within the bay,
Uh,
similar to like one of the offices that your friends are currently in, but a lot larger. And again, a lot of the glass in here is like frosted over from cold, so you can't make out what's in that room.
okay. And everybody else is with Jonny, right?
I don't know. Is everyone else with Jonny?
I think Adam's
Eh,
away from keyboard, and so is Pam.
no.
Okay. I can wait until they come back. Oh, Max. Did you want to try the fantasy grounds again after this, or did you want to do it another time?
You can't hear me, or if it's like super robotic.
I heard you now.
Okay, cool. Did you miss anything, or did it all come through?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, nice. I noticed while you were giving the summary of the previous session, I was like really low connection, and right as I was about to type something about it, it bounced back. So apparently, last week it was audio issues. This week it's connection issues. Sorry, everybody.
No worries.
No worries, man. It happens.
Right.
TLDR, Mike, you are more distant from the group, whether they're all together or a little more spread out. You're kind of on the opposite side of the room from them.
Okay.
And you can hear from inside this sub room within the bay that sort of cracking sound I described, but you can't see what it is.
Okay. As I keep my eyes glued on that door, I I shout, whisper, "I hear something!"
All right. Yeah, you all hear.
And I'll bring up my wrench just in case.
Okay, yeah. The other three of you hear Larry yell, whisper at you all, and then get ready with his wrench for something.
And I start to approach the door.
Okay.
Billy's going to, because it's Jonny that is on the terminal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Billy's going to carefully carefully approach Larry's position and I guess take what would be the flanking position on the other side of the door frame as Larry
Sure.
approaches the door.
I'll stay where I am near the terminal and but I have my gun out ready.
Okay.
How far away, kind of roughly, is it from the terminal to where Larry is? Can I
The
see
terminal
him?
is in like, no, they're pretty blocked by the cube.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Rice can kind of like move aside and aim, but from the terminal,
okay.
excuse me. Yeah, you can't see.
Yeah. All right. Well, after hearing my friend say that something coming, after everything we've seen, I'm gonna get up and draw my rifle and make my way around.
Okay. All four of you are sort of stationed in observance of this door. Larry, you said you're moving closer to it. Are you gonna open it, or what's the deal?
Larry will check on the others to see if they're ready and to see if they want him to open the door or not.
Okay.
I'm ready and go for it.
Yep.
Larry opens the door.
All right. Could you make me a combustion and electrocution save, please?
Oh no.
All four of us?
Nope. Just Larry.
No.
And how do I do those again? Just 2d10?
2d10 under that save for you. Yeah.
And you got to beat
Excuse
your
me,
number.
over.
Yeah.
And it's over or under?
Over.
Over.
I pass it the combustion.
All right. You take one measly point of damage as you grab the door handle to this door. Immediately you feel your hand like almost contact welds to it. It is beyond freezing cold. It is approaching 0 Kelvin degrees. And like a young boy in wintertime sticking his tongue to a metal pole, your hand like just collapses in onto that the door handle. But you save, so you're able to break your hand off of that and open it up. And as you do so, there's another wave of this cold gas fog that rolls out and floods the like lower level of the room, floods up to your ankles with fog. You can see inside there's some kind of large device, this large cylinder that is leaking something. You can hear that is spilling out into the room. But you don't see anything that would be making that cracking noise you heard.
Congrats
Well,
on not dying, Larry.
Yeah.
Well, I make a habit of it. Shaking off my hand, I tell him that I don't hear the sound that I heard before. It's different. This hissing is different. And do I?
You do still hear the cracking. Now there's
Oh, I
two
do
noises.
hear. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're in an advanced listening class now.
Ah.
Two sounds at the same time.
Okay.
There's the low level sort of hiss from this this container, and there's somewhere in the room covered by this fog is that crackle.
Okay.
Does it sound like does it sound like ice cracking or like the crackle of like static?
More like ice, yeah.
Okay.
And I'd say now that you've all sort of taken positions around this door, you can all hear both sounds. And excuse me for one moment.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say that I do our silent motions for Billie to throw in a glow stick
I
to see
was
if we can identify?
just thinking the same thing. I'm gonna throw a glow stick in there.
How many glow sticks do you have left?
I'm gonna say that I've mainly used them. Just I have like one tied to my belt, and it's probably got 12. I'll say it's got 12 hours of use. I think I've probably dropped 2 or 3 of them, so maybe I have 2 or 3 left.
Oh, yeah.
I'm imagining like a rubber banded bundle of 6 or so that I have in my bag.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm on dog watch right now,
Oh, that's all right.
All right.
waiting for him to chill. Okay, I heard you're throwing a glow stick in.
Yep, that's what I do. I throw glow
Okay.
sticks.
You crack another one and toss it in, and as it flies into the room and moves past this cylinder, leaking all this fog into that room, you can see for like a brief moment something shiny underneath the fog that the glow stick like hits and then drops to the ground right there.
And where it's rested, it's not casting light on whatever it hit, or that's obscured by the fog?
It's sort of under that layer of fog that's
Okay.
clinging to the ground.
Okay.
It's illuminated the room, but now illumination is not the problem you're facing.
Right. Okay.
The fog, is it... I don't know if I can determine or not. Does it look like it's like just some water vapor, or is it something different? Like
It looks
dry ice
thicker
or
than that.
something?
I don't. Do any of your characters have any experience with like chemistry?
Oh, no, it's just...
I would
Probably
say
not.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
It's more, it's more if I can tell if it's just water vapor or if it's something else.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
no,
I'll know
it's
what
definitely
kind of...
not water. Like
If
it's an
it's-
Okay.
unusually super thick amount of fog. This is like
Yeah.
a Halloween night amount of fog. You know,
Okay.
you guys might have seen this, but it's like a showy display kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 If
So
it's
kinda
not if it's not wiping down his pilot's console with Lysol, it's not something any chemicals. Billy's not going to be familiar with them.
Yeah, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Is the fog cold?
Oh, it's definitely cold.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
All right. I really want to figure this shit out. Billy's intrigued,
Before he does anything,
but it also
Larry's
sounds
taking
really
steps
dangerous.
back. Larry's stepping
Yeah.
back.
I don't think Billy has an idea. He's just like, what? How the fuck do we figure out what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. What did you say Larry's doing, Mike?
He's taking some steps back.
Oh, okay. Good plan then.
He's thinking Billy's going to do something stupid.
Mhm.
There's been enough stupid on Larry's side.
Yeah. All right. I mean, role playing. My character doesn't have much caution. He's going to step into the room. I'm going to say because of the nature of what we're looking at, he doesn't even have his firearm out. It's holstered. He's going to walk toward where the glow stick, in the direction of what he can tell where the glow stick went, and determine, like, I guess what he's trying to do here is, as he's getting into the fog, he's trying to see, like, what's the radius that I can see further into this room. If it's only, as far as my hand can reach, then I'm not going any further. But if it's like I can see 6 feet in front of me, then he'll cautiously approach the glow stick.
Sure. Yeah, as you enter in, you also make your way past this large cylinder making that hissing noise. And you can see now the reason it's hissing is it's obviously leaking whatever is in it from a gunshot, or at least multiple gunshots. You can see the little bullet holes from which this invisible gas is streaming out. And as you get close to it, I would like you to also make me a combustion and electrocution save, please.
All right. So my 5 failed saves, the save that I reduced was my combustion and electrocution save. So
Hey,
don't fail me
good.
now.
I believe in you, Pam.
Oh, crap. I rolled a 13, but my save is still 15. It's pretty high.
Okay, that is a fail.
Yep.
So you take... Oh, come on, Dicebot.
Dicebot doesn't want me to take any damage.
Yeah, it's looking out for you, damn.
What if you put a 1 in front of it, do like 1d6?
Just doesn't like you, Max.
Let's try. I guess so. It was working for me before. Wow, yeah, no, it really doesn't like me. Well, sorry, Pam.
You know, I have a 1d6 right here. You want me to roll it?
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you roll it then.
Nope.
You're the...
Oh!
Yeah.
No, let
You'll
the
all be
player
able
roll.
to hear it hit the desk too. Oh, do we want Pam to roll?
No,
it?
no.
No.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Oh, there we
go.
It's giving me all the dice.
It
I
just
gotta
woke
roll.
up.
Sorry, bot. I'm committed to using it in person
Pam,
right
you
now,
took 6
and I don't
damage.
know which of those rolls is the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pam, you take 3 points of damage. As
All
you
right.
enter into this room, you can feel as drastic as the difference in cold was from the previous bay to this one. It is 10 times more frigid as you enter into this room and walk near this streaming gas. And as you get like within a foot of it, or even less, you can like feel the condensation on your face crystallize. And I don't know if Billy has any facial hair, but if he does, like you guys can all watch ice form in his like beard and mustache and hair as he walks near it.
Fucking Minnesota in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough to discourage you from continuing. But if
yeah.
you do continue, I can describe.
No, that's fine. My health now is 7 out of 10 with the 3 points of damage. I think it's definitely gonna stop Billy in his tracks.
Okay.
He's looking at the cylinder and he's trying to see if there's anything either leading, like maybe there's a duct or cables or something leading into the cylinder that he could shut off to prevent this coolant from leaking out anymore.
It seems like these bullet holes are right into the actual chamber that holds whatever's inside.
Yeah,
So you'd have to plug those up.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that can do that with. No, I don't think he would proceed if he's literally getting his face frozen off. He's going to back up back to the doorway where the rest of his crew is waiting, and
All right.
he's gonna snap off one of his mustache whiskers and just drop it on the floor.
Yeah, you exit the room, no more damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And you immediately start to feel at least a little warmer, just from the sheer difference in how cold it was in there.
Okay, I'm gonna inform the group that the stuff that's leaking out, it's the fog, right? That's what's producing the fog, is the leaking coolant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The fog's being produced by... Oh yeah, that's exactly what I feel like, Harry. The fog's being produced by the coolant in that cylinder leaking out of what's at least a handful of bullet holes. Somebody fired at it, and I don't see a way to shut it off without patching up the holes themselves.
Does anyone have any duct tape?
I'm not
No.
going in there.
I've
I don't even know what's on the floor, dude.
Put some bullets in the bullet holes to plug it up.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
bullet hole.
we got glue guns, dude.
Harry's onto something.
We got that Batman glue gun.
Yeah. What the hell? I mean, if there's still more, there's a deeper part of that room that I wasn't able to get to, but I don't feel like going back in there.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, unless we know we can turn it off in there. Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Am I able to see any cabling from that cylinder and be able to trace to where it leads to?
You'd have to enter the room to see.
Mm-hmm.
Not as close as Billie got trying to approach whatever stopped the glow stick, but still you'd have to get a good ways in there.
Well, Larry doesn't feel like having to do another roll, so he's not doing that.
Fair. Yeah, you'd have to be quick before your eyes start to freeze, rather.
Okay.
It's there. Oh,
was-
in the ships.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a look in one of the ships to see if there's like?
I was
spacesuit
just
or
gonna
something?
say, let's look around for a suit. We're in a
Yeah,
docking
sure.
bay.
There's, like I said, there's 3 ships. There's 2 that have been grabbed and are lifted off of the ground, and one that's still sort of on ground level.
The one that's on ground level. Am I able to get into it? Is that the one that? That's not the one that Billie went into before, is it?
No, you guys haven't been in any of these.
Oh, okay.
And I described to Larry when he first heard the noise here. I don't know if you guys heard all the glass and windows on these that would allow you to see into them are frosted over from cold as well.
Okay.
Larry, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say I'll go into the one that's not hoisted up.
Yeah, sure. You remember seeing on the terminal there was a way to open it on there, so either you or someone else is definitely able to go open it up, and
Alright.
whoever is. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Larry will keep an eye on that room, since he's
Okay.
kind of. I would imagine Larry is wary of another. Larry is wary of another crawling disaster.
Mhm.
That's not a bad thing to be wary about in this place. But yeah, whoever goes and opens the ship and comes back and looks inside of it, you guys can see the part of it the part of it that opens is basically just Billy Belly's piloting station. It's like a chair. It's like a Star Wars fighter basically. It's enough space for a person in there.
Is there a poop deposit?
I'm not sure. I don't think these people are like that, but it's entirely possible that is pilot standard
That would be
in
great.
this world.
The whole universe is like this. Billy's not a freak. He's just a standard pilot.
Yeah. Poop or no, however, as you come back, you see there is a body inside of the pilot who's strapped in, ready to go, but is quite dead.
Is he wearing a suit?
He is. Not like a space suit, but a pilot suit.
Oh, okay. So it's not
It's 90% of the way there.
Okay. It would be environment, we would be able to tell this would protect us from environmental hazards, or no?
It's it's basically a spacesuit, but instead of the full dome helmet, you've got a World War II pilot helmet and goggles
Okay.
to protect your eyes. So yeah, you'd be fine, but not
not a pressure suit. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Any suits? Is there another one in there that isn't being worn by a dead person?
It looks like no.
Okay.
There's just this one covered in dust inside and out.
I'm assuming that Billy can see where Jonny is near that cockpit.
Yeah.
And he sees.
Unless you walked around the other side of the cube, you're all still kind of in the same area as each other.
Yeah.
The cube.
So assuming that Jonny.
Cube. Sorry.
Whoa, that was awesome.
When I do a word 3 times in a row, it happens. I can't really stop it.
Assuming that Jonny isn't instantly picking up this body and trying to take the suit off, that's what Billy's going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit more reserved trying to find something before I start pulling it off a dead person.
Yeah.
Give some respect to the dead.
Jonny starts looking around the body for another compartment for a spare suit or something like that. And just as you're oh, there's a little latch here, you can hear the crunchy stickiness of like dried skin move as Billie just hoists this guy forward and starts undoing zippers. It's gross, but you suspect Billie can't smell it on account of the way that he lives.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Pam, it doesn't take you too long to strip this guy.
Okay.
He
So
is thoroughly desiccated and just sort of dusts out of the suit.
yeah, fantastic.
Crumbles. Yeah.
All right. I'm assuming that this suit will fit me reasonably well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I'm hopeful that Jonny has found another suit, but while he's looking, I'm putting on this dead guy's suit.
Okay. Yeah, Harry, would you like to give me a roll, please?
Yep. Let's see if it's gonna actually work.
Larry will ask Billie what the name tag on the suit says.
Oh. Is it plot critical what the name tag on the suit says, Max, or can I just make one up?
Oh, if you'd like to make one up, sure, yeah.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. Give me a minute. I'm assuming that it's got quite a thick layer of frost on it, so I'm going to have to dust it off.
Frost and dead guy dust. Yeah, you're like scraping it clean. While you do that, Harry, with a 12, Jonny is able to find a second suit and a couple spare magazines for your rifle.
Oh, nice. I will start putting on the not dead person suit.
All right. Yeah, it's nice. It's clean. It's fresh. It's crisp. It doesn't smell of dead guy.
Wow.
That's quite nice.
Billie says to Jonny, "Yeah, mine's nice too." The name on
I guess
this
it doesn't smell like poop. Everything's probably quite nice.
Yeah. So it's Billie's had to basically like with his thumbs kind of massage this frost and corpse dust out of the patch on this flight suit. And the name says Commander R. Hardson. That's it.
Ah, okay.
Pass that along to Larry since he asked.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't say your name, man.
That's why I asked Max. I'm like, is this a plot thing or can it just be anybody's name? All right, so the newly decked Commander Ralph Hardson marches back over to the doorway to the extremely cold fog room. And if Johnny's suited up, I'll wait for Johnny to be suited up, and I'm assuming that we're going to walk in together, assuming that there's room in the space for us to do that.
Yeah, there is.
All right.
I'll wait by the door while they do that. Like,
Okay.
on guard.
Alright. I'm ready to go in, all suited up.
Okay.
Okay.
Billy's going to go in the same direction he did before and try to see if he can make it further into the room. It's up to Johnny whether he wants to follow or try something different.
I
Yeah.
I think I'll just follow. I'll have a look at the bullet holes, I guess, that's been shot into it. Is there a way to tell? Would I be able to tell if it was intentional or accidental that it was shot into, or I've got no way of telling?
Well, as the two of you march in, Billie in front, you guys are able to finally get past this leaking cylinder. Your suits and your headwear keeping you from, like I said, just freezing in place. Billie, as you get into the room further, trying to look around for this glow stick, you find it, and as you bend down, pick it up, you see there are a pair of boots right opposite yours, and as you stand up, glow stick in hand, you meet eyes with this android covered in frost and just barely moving in between crackles, and you can see now it is the source of this sound. And I would like us to roll initiative. And while we roll initiative, Harry, Jonny is able to sort of examine this cylinder, like you said, to see if this was intentional to break it or if it was just accidental, not checking for what's behind your target. And you can see there is blood splatter on the cylinder around the bullet holes, and you look down and you can see frozen blood dripping until there's a equally frozen corpse at the bottom at your feet.
All right. So, looks like someone got shot in front of the thing. Probably bullets passed through, if I had to guess, and punctured the thing. If it was intentional or not, like they shot them to make it look, but they were actually wanting to shoot the cylinder.
All right.
Or
Who got the highest?
and then they're like, "Oh, I can shoot someone to make it look like they were doing something." But actually shot someone.
Harry rolled an 18.
Yeah, it looks
Adam
like
rolled a
Jonny
15.
goes first.
But as the pilot, I believe I go first.
Yes. Thank you for remembering, because I almost forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you definitely go first. You could see this this frozen thing trying to move, but its internal components are so covered in cold that it's not going to get to you before you get to it.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about geography here. I bent over and picked up the glow stick, and the glow stick stopped because it hit this thing's boots, right? So is that correct?
Hit it like in the face.
Oh, okay. All right, so maybe it's like a foot or two away from this android. I'm just trying to think, like, how close am I, like, in shoving distance of this thing, or am I further away?
Yeah, you're pretty face to face with it.
Okay. I think Billie's first instinct would be to just two-handed try to either shove it backwards if it's mobile, or shove himself off of it, like pushing off the side of a pool to make some space. If that could be like a swift action or a minor action or something.
I would say that's like your full action.
Okay.
You do that and like move.
Yeah, that's what he does then.
All right. Go ahead and give me your roll.
Okie doke. Let's see. I'm gonna say that's grit, so I don't actually have a modifier for that. Crap.
You attempt to push this thing, but first, much like Larry experienced touching the doorknob, you press into its silicone rubber face, and your hand like contact freezes with it. And as you go to shove to break your hand free and get this thing away from you, you feel it's like one solid mass. It's so thoroughly frozen. It doesn't move an inch.
Okay. I'm gonna say, unless you disagree, Max, I'm gonna say that my shoving effort, with the equal and opposite reaction, I've, scoot myself backwards like 4 feet, 5 feet, so I'm not within, melee distance of this thing.
Sure.
And I'll say that will be my turn then.
Okie dokes. Who's next? Jonny, right? Yeah, Jonny with an 18. Yeah. Hot dang.
All right. Well, with hearing Billie shoving around this, is it an android, or we can't quite tell?
Yeah. The two of you from inside can see. Everyone else outside just sees like a wall of fog. Yeah. And then whatever's about to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to try and shoot at it with my rifle.
All right.
Trying not to hit anything else. Just that. After seeing what's happened in here before.
Sure. I would say if you want to try and avoid shooting anything behind this thing, roll with a disadvantage.
All right.
Because it's a pretty cramped room.
Yeah.
As part of going back to Billie's turn, I'm going to say that in shoving and backing off, he made maybe not an intelligible sound, but some kind of sound to alert everybody that some shit's going down. Like if nothing more than just a whoa, like as he jumped back.
Yeah. All right, Jonny, you do not hit the android as you aim and try and line up a shot that doesn't break through it into space or into one of these containers. You drop a couple shots into a less than lethal spot on it, and again, the thing doesn't seem to move. You can even kind of hear the bullet hit and then just plink to the ground with how thoroughly solid the creature is, the android.
Alright. I'm gonna. Is it like a single file, like kind of corridor in here? You can't really get around.
I'd say like the two of you are shoulder to shoulder right now, so you can fit you two and no more, basically.
Okay. I might start to just back up as well to try and give myself some more space.
Sure thing. And yeah, once you do that, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. I think Adam, you're next. I think you got like a 15, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're up. You can hear, as Pim said, Billie making noise to get your guys' attention that something's gone wrong, and then you hear like a pair of shots from Jonny, and you can see the both of their backs just like barely break from the wall of cold fog as they slowly back towards the door of this room.
Can I see where the glow stick landed that he threw? I know he's gone now, but if I could remember where it was, I could aim towards that area.
Yeah, I'd say with the like flash of Johnny's shots and just remembering where it is, you can get a decent shot. I'd say also with disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll try and miss everyone and hit
Yeah.
the thing.
Hope Billie doesn't get shot in the
No,
back.
just for you to note, Harry, I did the math for you already, but disadvantage is 3d10. Take the lowest two, rather than
okay.
2d10
rolling
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I already cross-referenced all the dice that you got from the bot, and you still missed, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm just I'm so used to playing on D&D where disadvantage is just roll twice.
Yeah. Damn that picture. That's exactly what it looks like.
I should
You had nightmare fuel before.
I should have
Now
known.
you know.
Yeah, it's that image and then just a bunch of like pictures of Android phones in a state of frozen screen. I should have known that's what it was going to
That
return.
makes sense. Adam, you hit. Ryson,
Okay.
lining up between your two allies in the room and just trying to focus in on where you think this thing is. You managed to hit it.
Okay. What was the damage?
Just 1d6.
If it works.
It did. 2 damage. All right. Again, you guys all see the pop of light floods the wall of fog here, and the two of you who are in the room can see this little bit of not leaking oil, but like frozen shards of oil splatter out from this thing's chest, and then ding to ding to the ground. And then Mike, you're up.
Okay.
Larry's turn. Or actually, rather, sorry, Adam, are you doing anything else? You moving around, or is that it?
No, I think I'm just fine by the door. If I go in, I'll get damaged.
That sounds like it would be the case. All right, yeah, Mike, your turn. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The previous to the fight, were we making any kind of extremely loud noises?
Were you guys making any loud noises?
I mean,
No?
I shouted when I pushed on the android, but
Sorry, I was asking if that was what Mike asked. I didn't hear the question.
oh.
I just heard extremely loud noises.
Okay. I'm gonna take that as no, and
Okay,
considering
sure.
the gunshots.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you guys were doing that was super loud until that.
Okay. Since I can't go into the room, I will cast a wordy glance inside and then turn around and keep an eye out to see if anything reacts to the noise.
Okay.
Oh,
And
smart,
that was my
Larry.
turn.
Very smart.
And other than that, you're holding your position while you watch.
Yeah. There's not much I can do to help.
All right. the two of you who are still in this room, you can watch this android strain with all its might to move. You watch whatever mechanics exist underneath its thin, rubbery skin strain against the skin. You see little small points poke out of it and then retract as motors and joints try to move this thing. And the best it can muster is it reaches out one claw-like arm at you, Billy, and it's going to try and basically choke you out. Try to choke you out.
Ooh, okay.
It grabs you, it lunges forward, still rooted by its foot to the spot, and it latches around your collarbone. Go ahead and roll me your dodge, please.
Okay.
2d10, plus or minus, whatever you want to pick.
All right. I'm going to say that's going to be grit, which I have none, so.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah. Like I said, it grabs you and you're not able to shove it off or back away. And you can feel these bone-cold fingertips, pure metal, try to crush your ribs and your collarbone. That's 3 more damage. And then it is... whose turn? Harry's turn again. Or no, it's you, because you got... What'd you get for Inish, Pam?
7, so I was actually kind of low.
Okay, yeah. So you're next. And then it would be Harry after that.
Well, I did go first, though, right? So if we're starting another round...
You did, yeah.
I would...
Yeah, but this isn't the start of another round yet. It'll be the
Oh!
start of another round after you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought when I went first as the pilot, that was my only turn of that round.
Well, let me read it. I'm pretty sure you go first and then you just get to go again normal.
Oh,
as
okay.
how we've done it in the past, but maybe I'm wrong. If you guys remember, yeah, there's nothing in the class that says it, but I'm pretty sure the last couple fights we did, you go first and then you go again on your normal initiative.
Oh, well, that's fine with me. So
yeah,
bonus
basically
turn.
you get a free turn, on the first round, and then it's back to normal for you.
Okay, so let's see. So this is my turn then, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so this thing's crushing my collarbone and shoulder. I'm gonna say if I didn't take out my firearm when I jumped back from this thing after trying to shove it, I'm gonna say that I take it out now. Is it close enough? I mean, if it's got its hand on me, I'm assuming it's within arm distance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
Yeah. So I'm just going to point my firearm directly at this thing's freaking, right under its chin. I'm going to put it right under its chin and try to fire a bullet straight up into its head, essentially.
All right.
So given that that's a more complicated maneuver than just shooting at it, I don't know if, I need to roll with disadvantage or something, but...
No, I'd say you can roll normal.
Okay.
You've got to beat a whopping 2. This thing has a -5 to almost everything it does, just because of how frozen solid it is.
Yeah.
Don't tempt
Yeah,
it.
true. Pam, this is the one time to get a critical fail, okay? You have the possibility of being really funny right now. No, okay. Yeah, you
10. Okay, so 1d6 for damage, right?
Yes, please.
2.
All right. You pop a shot into this thing's skull, and once again, you all see the flash of light from in the fog. And Billie, you face to face with this thing. You watch as immediately after you shoot, those little points of light in its eyes in the back of its head blink out, and it lessens your grip on you, but it doesn't let go.
Okay. Is its grip loose enough that with just a, can I shake my shoulder out of its grip as part of my turn?
Yeah,
or is it... Okay.
So it didn't hold you in place. It was just trying to crack your bones.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that that's my move then for this turn, is to just shake myself loose. I'm not backing off any further. I'm just getting out of its grip.
Okay, yeah.
And that'll be that turn.
Reasonable to me. All right, Jonny, you're up. As you begin to take your turn after Billie shoots this thing, you watch as its head just sort of darts side to side as though it's looking for something. And you can also see that the 2 points of light that usually make up its eyes have gone dark.
Alright, it still looks like it's active though. It hasn't like
Yeah, you can still hear like the crack in the other arm as it tries to loosen up the ice in its joint and all the frozen oil and lubricant that makes up its body as it tries to lunge at you guys.
alright. I think instead of trying to shoot at it, I might go up to it and then like smack it with the butt of my gun instead.
Oh yeah, sure. I would say this
Uh,
time roll with advantage,
Alright.
and I'll describe why after you take your attack. I keep almost rolling 2d20 instead of d10. That would be rather unfair. Jesus, this thing really likes to roll high despite having a -5. You gotta beat an 11. That's like
yeah.
roughly
It's that-
average.
It's that cover bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concealment.
So you're gonna roll a
Yeah.
3d10,
Goddamn concealment.
Jonny, and take the best. Okay, yeah, you hit it. You super duper hit it.
Holy shit.
Oh, whoops! Yeah, that was no, because it's not
Oh.
that high. Because
Yeah.
you take off
Take off the 3
off that.
Yeah.
It's just 19
Yeah.
instead. 18
Still.
instead. Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled the same numbers at it as it did, but you have a +2 and it has a -5, so there's a
Yeah.
7-point difference there. Yeah, you smack the shit out of this thing with your gun. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah.
D6, and as an officer, your special thing is you do double damage,
Double
correct?
damage. Yeah. Smack it.
Nice.
9.
All right, excuse me for 1 second.
Have we previously had to heal up? I know that we rested at one point, but we haven't. I don't remember any of us actually ever using like a first aid kit or anything. Have we?
Yeah.
No.
No.
We have
I
not.
don't think I don't think I've taken any damage yet, other
No.
than the psychological damage of the horrors of the shit.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't think anybody has used a first aid kit.
Yeah.
I know Larry doesn't even have a first aid kit.
I was gonna say I don't.
Heals.
I don't have one on me either. Yeah,
I've got bandages.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
back. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. I got re-swipes if you want them.
Yeah, that'll give me back 6
We're
points of health.
talking healing.
Yeah,
Mm.
we're looking ahead at the end of combat, and I'm thinking about okay, how do I recover some health because I'm down to 4 hit points.
Yeah. Well,
And that's
fortunately,
assuming
you
I
don't
don't
have to
die
look
here
too
in this
far
turn.
ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jonny, you walk up to this thing and you finish it as you like, if you'd like to describe it.
Yeah. How do we do this? I guess I walk up to it. Gun. Flip the gun around because I'm like don't want to be able to shoot anything. As it's gonna reach forward, like gets its other arm out, I just like smack it down and it like pulls back. I guess I don't know. I'm not very good at this.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, as you walk up to this thing, you break its grip from Billie as he sort of shakes it off, like he said, and it turns as if it again tries to look at you, but as its head swivels in your direction, you see, like I said, those 2 lights have gone out, and you can tell that the shot that Billie got off like hit some part of it that blinded it. And so you're able to very easily, as it finally breaks free its other arm and lunges where it thinks you are, to just slam it down with your gun. And you all watch as its body falls to the ground with this mighty thud, and the fog around it like pulls around, ripples out, and it twitches for a half second before blinking out of life.
Cool. Good work, Jonny.
You guys all right in there?
Never been better.
Yeah. I think we're all good now.
Yeah.
I'll have a sweep to see if there's any more androids about.
Has
Yeah, you
the
take a quick
cracking
look around the
sound
room.
diminished now that this thing's dead?
It has stopped entirely.
Ah!
There's like one final crack as it hit the ground. Johnny's great strength just shattered whatever parts of it were frozen. But now that it's sat there, not moving, yeah, no more noise. Other than the faint hiss of gas escaping the cylinder. And Johnny, yeah, you take a quick look around the room. You don't see anything else. Certainly nothing else moving.
But there were, Johnny discovered earlier, a couple of human bodies, right?
Yeah, there's a dead guy
On
in
the
there.
other side of the
With
cylinder?
a-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was one dead body that I
Oh,
saw.
okay.
Presumably he got shot in front of the coolant tank.
Yeah.
Thing. He got shot because he was in front of the coolant, and they were trying to let the coolant come out to stop people from leaving. Or there was a fight going on, and he got shot, and it happened to go through him and then hit the coolant.
Yeah.
Like indirectly.
My impression was that the coolant tank took like strays or something during a gunfight.
Yeah.
Okay, so no other threats in the room, at least as far as we can tell in the fog.
Yeah.
Can we see now the far side of the room? Can we approach that side and see if there's anything over there worth investigating?
Yeah, suited up, you guys can definitely march past where this thing is. And you see it's not that huge of a room. That thing was like in the middle of it, and it was, I don't know, 10 feet deep. So you get to the other side of the room, and you can see there's nothing of interest. There's 2 more coolant tanks here, but neither of them are damaged in any way.
Okay, and
At
no
least
other
no way that you could tell just like walking past it.
Yeah, no other exits out of the room.
Nope.
Okay. Is there anything on the Android that I mean, I know it's frozen, but is there anything on the Android that would indicate why it was in here in the first place? There's not like an insignia on it that says, coolant leak Android or something like that.
Yeah, no, he is not the station's coolant enforcer. But he's wearing one of the same like mechanical jumpsuits that the other androids you guys have fought were wearing. So
yeah, all right.
They seem like they're at least in the right spot of the ship, but what exactly it was doing, yeah, you can't tell.
Well, assuming that Johnny doesn't have any ideas of what else to do in this room, Billie's going to head back towards the door, try to warm up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you back away, and by the time you make it back to the door and regroup with Larry and Rice, you can already see, like, over the collar of the spacesuit you're wearing is this thick hand bruise mark from where the thing was trying to grab you.
Oh, damn.
Before we continue, do you want to take a break?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you for
Yeah.
to take a
That sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a good place for it.
Can I ask a question really quick, because I know I'll forget it if we come back, or when we come back. The spacesuits that Johnny and I are wearing, are they compact enough, folded up, that I could shove one in my bag, or are these too large for that?
Yeah, I think so. The only like non-collapsible part of it would be the like cuffs around your arms and legs.
Okay.
And you can just sort of lay those flat on top of all the other fabric.
Okay, so it's something I could fit
it would
in
take
the
up.
pack.
Yeah, it'd be like folding up again, like a mechanic's jumpsuit. It would take up a lot of your backpack, but you could definitely do it.
Okay, that's what. As we go into break, then that's what Billy's going to do. Also reload his revolver too, because I think that was my last round.
I believe it was. Good use of it, though.
Yeah. Okay, break. Be back in, what, say 5 to 10?
Yeah.
That works for me.
Okay.
And then the other person one person is fine, but Richard? What's his name? Richard. Right, having none of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, that whole time we were fighting that frozen android, Richard was probably just standing there, right? He's still with us.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was like by the door with.
Yeah. He's not complaining about how cold it is.
He's the D&D version of the party's pet.
Mm-hmm.
He's only active when we actually need him to be.
Yeah. He's like a little red panda we carry around on our shoulders.
I have a character like that in my game. He's
Yep.
like a wizard, but he can't do any magic, and he's just there to help the party when needed.
I love it.
I mean, I get this game setting. I think we would. I mean, imagine how much more lost we'd be without having an NPC to help give us information. Because
Yeah.
unless you're pulling up a computer terminal every 5 minutes, you're pretty much it's like detective work. There's really not. We haven't found any like. There's no typical computer game journals left on desks. There's not a lot of diary entries we can read about. It's basically just status reports on a computer and Richard, essentially.
Mm.
Glad that Larry got his wrench back, though. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Can't go being Larry without a wrench.
Mm-mm.
That's a soul crushing injury right there.
I was gonna say, yeah, that can mess with your identity as a person.
Mm. I mean, that's like Billy without his gun.
Yeah, it's like Billy anytime he's out of his pilot seat.
Or Jonny with covered in blood.
Mm-hmm. I still think one of my favorite moments in this whole campaign is when I think it was maybe like the second or third session, Jonny found the body that had the clothes that had his label on it, and the first thing that Harry says was, "Well, on the one hand, extra change of clothes."
I mean, they're mine already.
Yeah. I just imagining the horror of stepping onto an unknown space station and finding a pair of a change of your clothes with your name on it and being like, "Hey, free clothes."
And then the entity over. It's like,
yeah.
That didn't go how I thought.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna panic.
All right, back again, folks.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. Nope, not back again.
Oh.
Dog said nope.
Okay, I don't know. It probably won't make sense in whatever the next campaign we end up playing as group is, but I want to, if it's not my character, we got to work in some kind of NPC whose name is William Abdomen. I just like that name. I'm a fan of that name.
Okay. For real, back again.
Okay.
Back. I mean, the next one's going to be Max's short D&D one, so...
Yeah.
But we don't have to do that next. I don't want to step on anyone's toes there.
Well, I think Adam's still building his, isn't he?
I mean, I'm just gonna do the one I've already done with people I'm running with at the moment, but that's gone off the rails, so I'll have to redo that one anyway. But no, I'm fine with that going first. Like, since you said first, it's fine.
Well,
I mean,
didn't you have some pretty well planned, Mike, or is that still in dev as well?
Mine is good to go. And
oh yeah, then I don't want to step on your toes if you were planning on going
the way I was seeing it was mine's going to be D&D, yours is going to be a short D&D, and Adam's is going to be an Elder Scrolls one.
Yes.
So it'd probably be better just to do your D&D, then we do Elder Scrolls, and
then we do
mine.
Kind of break it up.
Yeah, and then we do mine. And mine, I'm only planning to do like the first act of my story, and then we can do another game after that.
Ah. Okay.
I do like that. I like taking breaks in my campaigns.
Yeah.
But
cool.
If you two want to switch, that's fine.
Well, when we get to a state where we're picking the next campaign, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We can do a coin flip.
Oh, true. The best way of deciding things.
Mm-hmm.
But mine's based on D&D as well, though. So.
Yeah, but at the same time,
but the setting is different.
Different setting. So, but whichever campaign, I'm pretty certain that Willie Abs or what was it?
William Abdomen.
William Abdom is a fitting name
Yeah.
for whatever you want to play as.
Okay. He's gonna be a warlock, I think.
Oh, that is a very warlock name.
He's a warlock. He
William
deals
Abdomen.
with the forces of the dark.
Yep.
But if you pull up
I have
his
to-
robes, he's got abs. For
I'm gonna have
days.
to think about who his patron would be, but yeah, I think that's
The body.
The body. Yeah.
The whole
There
thing.
you
Oh man, that's great.
go.
I'm all
All
ready
right.
to go.
Okay.
So, when we're deciding what we're doing, if I recall correctly, you said that the longer that we stay in here, the more likely we're gonna have to deal with damage from the cold. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and Billy still needs to take care of his wounds.
Yes.
Uh,
I don't
so-
remember. So Johnny has bandages, but I don't remember if bandages are. Do they recoup health, or do they just stop like bleeding damage, or damage over time?
I would say they are probably just to keep you from dying if you reach 0 health.
Got it. Okay, so they're not going to provide me any increase in hit points. We'd need to find a first aid station or an infirmary or something, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, out of character at the moment, I would say that we determine whether or not we're going to stay in order for Johnny to continue looking at the terminal, and so that Billy and Rice can look around on the ships for a first aid kit.
All right.
While
That's a good idea.
Larry
Yeah.
deals with fixing up the cylinder, since as an off-boarder, he can fix anything with given enough time. He'll just need to borrow
Yeah.
one of the suits.
I would think one of the ships would have a first aid kit on it, but
Yep.
but I'll let the GM decide that. But okay, so I think Billy's going to just kind of collapse against a wall and try to get his way out of this suit. If Larry wants to borrow this dead body suit, he can. Otherwise, I recommend that he try to use Johnny's.
Yeah, Larry will help you out of there.
Okay.
And start putting it on so that he can work on the cylinder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'd say if you guys take like 30 minutes or so, that'd be long enough for you guys to swap suits, find some sort of medical pack, and for Larry to fix up the cylinder.
Okay. Should I roll like a 1d6 to see how much a med pack would heal me, or do I go back to full instantly?
For now, we'll just say full.
Oh.
It's not like you're shot and you need surgery. You're just pretty badly bruised
Yeah.
and a little almost frostbitten.
yeah.
So
What a great
other than
idea, Billy. That's really good.
A cup of tea and a couple of paracetamol.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
maybe we'll
Power
see the
nap and you're
pills.
I do have smelling
Uh,
salts, so maybe that the smelling salts just perk me right up.
those are your stim packs right there, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
So other than the healing up and the getting the temperature cooled, regulated, I would think that Johnny needs to decide on whether or not he looks to the terminal and if Rice wants to do anything in the meantime.
Okay.
I don't think there was anything other than just readouts on the terminal when I looked before.
I have a question just about the nature of these ships. You said they were basically like single seat fighters. I don't think that there's anything I'm going to do with this, but I was just imagining. I was wondering myself. Are the weapons on the ship like a fixed weapon that faces forward only, or is there like can the weapons like, do they have a range, a field that they can, swing back and forth if they're targeting something?
Yeah, they're mobile.
They're mobile. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's probably too late. I was thinking like, oh man, I wonder if Billie would have jumped into one of those ships. No, it probably wouldn't have made any sense, but he could have maybe used that as a weapon to fire at the android, but it was probably, he would have had to shoot through like a wall or way too close to the other members of his party or something. Okay, sorry, just an idea I was thinking over.
I'm just picturing the event in Phantom Menace
Oh yeah.
with the shooting of a starship's cannons inside another starship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just
As
like,
long as you
this is what
spend-
Billie's gonna do.
Yeah. Billie's gonna hop in the cockpit and be like, "Now this is pod racing." Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure it would have been a terrible idea, but Billie's full of terrible ideas. So, all right,
It's not true.
yeah. Okay, so we found. Would you say we found one? Am I the only one who took damage? I think I am, right?
I
Yeah,
took
didn't
1
take
point
it.
of damage.
Oh, okay. So between me and Larry, we use up a med pack getting healed.
Yes.
Is it possible that we found more than one that we could stash in somebody's pack, or were we only able to find one?
I think there's just one. You pop open these
Okay.
2 other loot crate ships, pull the dead guys in those ones out, as there are corpses in them as well.
Yeah.
And you only find one like full, first aid kit.
Okay.
You should have forked over $5, dude. Could have gotten a better price.
Do those pilots their bodies, they don't have any like ID cards, or they don't have firearm ammunition or anything like that on them that we could
You
repurpose?
see, they've got name tags similar to yours, and
Ralph
the 2 of
Hardson?
them. Yes, they're all Ralph Hardson. They are all Ralph Hardson of the 2L Tyrant. Is
Yeah.
the name of whatever ship or club they belong to. That's
Okay.
like embroidered on top of their name tag.
That's cool. I dig it.
Ralph Hudson's just the name of the club, not the name of the people.
Oh, that's clever. It's almost like they all
Yeah,
share one call sign or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ralph Hardson's club, and then the 3 guys in it are Ralph Hardson's son, Ralph Hardson's son's son, and Ralph Hardson's son's son. It's a 3-generation
Yeah,
club of
it's a
military pilots.
That's a very Norse
One of them
way
is
of naming your
adopted,
children. It's funny. This is silly.
One of them is adopted. You just had that name already. They were like, "Oh my god, it's perfect."
Yeah. Like with a name like Ralph Hardson's son, you gotta join our group. We're gonna adopt you, dude.
Fuck, Mike, that was funny. It took me a second too to hear that one. Okay. Let's see. So, Larry, you said you're fixing the coolant, yeah?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's
Okay.
what will fix the temperature.
Yes. Yeah, it seems like it would be that. In the 30 minutes, as you guys find a first aid kit, you're able to like look through the rest of the rooms in this bay, and you can see, it's just like normal lockers that are empty and offices, and this is the only thing you can see that would be responsible for how cold it is here. And while everyone else is doing what they're doing, Jonny, you see a little gleam catches your eye from one of the offices, while Billie is healing himself, and while Larry is trying to seal up these leaking liquid nitrogen tanks. You see one of the terminals sort of sparks to life on its own, fills the room with a little green glow. You're the only one who seems to notice.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll go and investigate the terminal.
Okay. Yeah, you enter into this side office, unlike the one you were in previously. That was sort of a multi-desk office. It seemed like a whole bunch of people working in tandem for, controlling the cranes that lift the ships and stuff like that. This is just one little desk, it seems like, slightly higher position. And you can see on the screen is in horrible pixelated quality, but like nearly mind-blowing to you who has only at this point seen terminals in like ASCII or just plain text, are two eyes, two human eyes, zoomed in way close on the screen.
The fuck?
It sort of looks around the room, and when it notices you have entered, they both fix on you.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. Is there a keyboard attached to this terminal?
There is.
I'd try and hit like the escape key or something to get out of this creepy eye mode.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over and you're like, nah, escape.
Alt F4, Control Alt Delete.
Nope.
The screen goes blank. Goes back to like, not black like it's off, but like that slightly illuminated gray like it's on, just there's nothing displayed.
It worked.
Got rid of them. Perfect. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and type in like eyes as a command and see if it does anything.
Okay. You start typing in eyes, and as you hit the first E, the screen flashes back to green, and the eyes are back. They don't even bother looking around the room this time. As soon as they're back on the screen, they're looking at you again.
All right. Does escape turn it off again?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Real quick, as you sort of look at this, they're, like I said, they're very zoomed in. It's not like just eyes floating in space. You can see their eyes on a face, and it's just zoomed into like that narrow band of the eyes and the bridge of the nose.
Yeah.
Very soft features, and they blink. The eyes blink a couple times as you reach for the escape key. And on the last blink, the entire screen blinks, and a little bit of text appears right as you like hit escape, and then it goes back to the blank screen.
Okay. I just pressed any key this time. Like just one at random.
Was the text legible, or did it appear and disappear quickly?
I think
Well, Billie's not there, Pat.
No, I know. Oh, that's I see the image now. Yeah. Whoa. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a good image.
Fucking creepy.
That is creepy. That is basically it too. Like the eyes blink, and then that text starts to appear. To answer your question, Pam, from Jonny's point of view, the text started to appear like it was being written down. So there was like barely half a line before he managed to press escape. So he didn't really get to read any of it. But with that, Harry, you said you press another key. You press it like right away this time, and it takes a minute, but eventually the screen flashes green and the eyes are back. Okay. They look at you, they blink once, and then the text readout begins again.
Alright, I wait for the text to do its stuff this time.
Alright. You can hear this sort of pantomimed, artificial keyboard sound that the screen produces as it displays all this text for you. And at the end of it, you can see there's a whole bunch of it that reads, "Do not trust anything mechanical in the room you are currently in. Evacuate as soon as possible. You are in a dangerous place, perhaps the dangerous place on a dangerous station. There's no one here to look out for you but you right now. Proceed to the Chief Scientific Overview Office. It is in the direction you're heading. You'll find what you're looking for there. I am not in control anymore. I cannot help you." That is all it says.
Chief Scientific Office. Where we're heading.
Just to be clear, Jonny's the only one privy to all this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking what I'm doing.
Yeah, Mike is fixing up the container, and Billie is applying some icy hot.
Wow, that was really well done. You had that one in the pocket.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can I type on the screen? Like, can I communicate back to it?
Oh yeah, you see the little like blinking cursor representing where
Okay.
you would enter in text.
I type in, where is was it Chief Scientific Office? Is that what it said?
Chief Scientific Overview Office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you type that in, and the screen goes blank again. Not like blank, but it
Yeah,
deletes the
yeah.
text that was already there to give you an answer, and it says east.
East. Okay. Do I know what way?
Yeah, we're in
is?
space.
It describes to you what east is. Yes, it tells you like.
Does
which
Jonny
direction
have
east
some
would be.
mold that he can look at, so you can tell
Excuse
where
me?
north is? Does he have some mold?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I don't know if they teach you that in Space Cadets. If
Does
there's like a
grow in
space, perhaps.
You have to bring your own
But
log.
does it still always grow north?
Yeah.
That'd actually be a pretty sick, creepy thing. Is like, oh yeah, in space, moss does still grow north relative to the Earth, no matter where you are. We can't figure it out.
Yeah.
We're not sure why that happens.
Well, even weirder would be if you brought your own log into space. No matter what direction you're facing, the moss will move to the north side of the log.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it could be like your
when unobserved.
I was gonna say it
You
could be
have to
like
roll it over and leave the room.
It could be like an organic compass.
That'd be pretty gnarly. Anyways, yeah, Johnny, it describes east is the other door that you came from in the previous bay, and sort of gives you a directional.
Alright. I'm gonna type in thanks. Like smiley faces.
Johnny is a really considerate officer.
And
You get no reply for your thanks.
And I leave. Does it watch me as I leave?
The eyes don't appear as you leave.
Okay. All right. No, it's more of a.
I like it.
Leave out the smiley face.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, I'll leave that room and I'll go back to the rest of the guys and I'll relay my encounter that I just had with the computer.
Alright. You do so.
That's fucking crazy. That's Billie's reaction.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Are the eyes still on the screen? Could the rest of them see them? No. Okay.
No.
You sort of look over Johnny's shoulder, and now the terminal is like off, like full black screen.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got any other leads. I don't know if we should trust the computer.
The mechanical itself.
My initial thought is that those eyes that you're describing, they're behind whatever has led us in certain directions so far, right? So like when the map was showing us where our position was, that's who this was. That's who was showing it. This is who that was, I think. Whether or not they're responsible for like the panels that were creating the deafness or the weird effect we get when we walk into a room and our ears would start bleeding, and I have no idea, but I mean, what else are we gonna do? You can hang out here and freeze to death.
Yeah, like we either go back or we go east. Yeah, I'll go check on Larry, see how he's going with repairing that.
Well, he would have repaired it by then.
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
wouldn't
say
be in
by the
here.
time you're done with the terminal is like at the end of the 30 minutes it takes everybody to
Oh yeah.
heal and for Larry to finish up
Yeah.
fixing
Okay.
the coolant.
So the temperature is starting to normalize then?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to go east. And hope we don't just get brutally murdered by robots. Or if anyone else has a better idea, I'm open for that.
I think Billy would say at this point, like, despite some freaky ass robots, we've managed to hold our own pretty well. The worst thing that's happened is that my collarbone was crushed, and apart from that, we had to set a big old monster of them on fire and everything. But I don't. There's nothing about what we've fought so far that would make me feel like if this thing led us into a trap with like 6 androids in one room, I'd like our chances, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm for head east.
Larry's fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Okay.
I guess we go east.
Yeah.
As you're all sort of standing there, fully healed, and talking about this, you hear the sound of electricity whirring to life, and you see the arms on the cube
Damn.
start to extend with one of the ships that's on like the air quote upper level of the garage mechanic system that it's got going. And it starts swinging very slowly, this ship sort of out away from the cube.
I vote we run. I mean, does it look like it's using the? Does it look
fully
like
extended?
Is this being extended toward us, like in a threatening manner, or does it look like it's about to, like, launch the ship outside the station?
Well, it's
I
not
think
aiming
either
it towards the
situation
exit.
is
No,
bad.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just sort of holding it out away from the cube, kind of over you guys, but not like specifically over you. That just seems like to be where the mechanical arms full range of motion ends.
Yeah, I think Billy wants to make a run for it. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I think getting away from the cube is smart.
I mean, we're already listening to what the voice in the computer said. Might
Yep.
as well listen to the part about not trusting anything mechanical.
Mechanical, right?
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
So I think we're all hauling ass out of there.
Yep.
Rice, you coming with us?
I was muted now.
Yeah. Sorry, I needed to go off.
No, that's all right.
Coming with you.
No, all good. Okay, yeah, you guys slowly and then sort of all at once come to this conclusion that hey, maybe we shouldn't be under a spaceship. And you guys begin to clear out of the room. You like Mike said hauling ass. You guys like running or
I'm running. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. You guys all flee this room back to the previous one. As you're like halfway up the stairs from this bay to the more empty bay, you hear ka-chunk, as the arm lets go of this ship and it just collapses onto the hallway.
Good work reminding us about the mechanical thing, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry's just not even looking back. You're welcome.
He's just still hauling ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that long of a run to get to the next room, so you guys get there pretty quickly.
Okay.
And you're back. There's a door behind you. There's a there's a large bay door behind you, a large bay door on your right, and the small, like normal wooden office door that you guys came from originally.
Right.
Opposite, like in front of you.
Okay. And which does Jonny know which direction would be east from here based on the directions he got?
Yeah, to the right of you.
Okay.
I'd say we just keep hidden east to the Chief Scientist Observation Office.
I'm in favor.
Let's go.
Okay. You guys all move to this second large bay door, and before you're even able to interact with like the pad, the tablet that you used
The
to
Wallbot
open it, you see it's got like a big red error display on it. Error, door jammed.
Crap. Another door we gotta shoulder our way through?
Or stuck.
Door stuck. Door stuck.
Yeah. Does anything work on the control panel?
Yeah, you try to interact with it a couple of times and it will not clear this error screen.
Alright.
Can we see why it says the door's jammed, or does it look normal?
It does not. It does not give any information on why. It just says that it is.
Well, Billy looks at the rest of the group and gestures at his bruised and nearly broken collarbone and shoulder, as if to say, like, I can't shoulder check it this time.
I thought that shit was like calloused by now. Isn't that how you get into your own room?
Yeah, but that goddamn frozen android just freaking crushed my calloused shoulder.
Does it look like there's any? Is it like a opening door or like a sliding door?
It's a sliding door.
Alright. Does it look like there's any way to like pry it to get it to move?
Yeah, there's like a little lip where the top and bottom connects, if you could get something in there. But it's a big door. You need to have a lot of force to wrench it open.
You said there's a terminal near the door, is that right?
Yeah.
Is there space to...
like a little touchpad.
Yeah, is there space on the terminal to either insert, swipe, or otherwise put a badge up against like a reader? Like we have the security badge.
Yeah, I'd say like near the back of the console there's a whole bunch of, like ports, basically.
Okay, then Billy's going to grab, what is it? I have a blue security badge, some guy named Edmund. He was a dead body we found on the ferry. I'm just going to swipe that badge on that terminal and see if that opens the door for us.
All right. Sorry, Officer E. Coldman. Door stuck. Basically.
Son of a bitch.
Please use laboratory staff dorms exit if trying to make your way to computer maintenance.
The voice is coming from the terminal, or it's coming from like overhead speakers?
Yeah, there's like a little speaker over the door.
Oh, okay.
Do you have another card that we can try?
I've got this yellow manager card, Donna McCauley. But I'm thinking if the door is mechanically stuck, then I mean, sure, I'll try the badge. I'm sure we're gonna get the same message though.
You do.
We do. Okay. Oh, Richard's got a green badge. Richard, try your badge.
Hold on, I have Richard's last name here somewhere. Oh, I don't remember where I wrote it down though.
Oh, dude, I don't.
You get the same message, but with Richard's name.
Okay. All right. So there is a lip that we could pry it with if we had something with leverage, like a pry bar or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Here we go. Sorry, Officer R. Bronislaw.
Bronislaw.
That's his last name.
He's a goddamn Pole.
He is. Space Pole.
Space Pole. I don't know why that makes me laugh.
Related to the space elevator.
You said it was a sliding door?
Yeah, it's got a bottom and an upper half, and they retract into the wall, and then meet, in the middle.
How close are we to the nearest android that we defeated? Is it, like within 30 feet, or is it like 200 feet, or?
They're across the bay, so yeah, I'd say like 200 feet and up a flight of stairs.
Oh, okay, so that'd be a ways to go. I'm just thinking maybe we could like wrench off an arm.
Well, maybe not 200 feet. That's probably a big distance.
Wrench off.
I'm horrible with measurements in my head, but yeah, they're across the room to you.
Okay, wrench off an arm or a femur equivalent and try to jam that in the door. I don't know how easy that would be to do with one of these androids.
Is there a panel or a door panel for mechanical release of the door?
No, that's the sort of thing you'd have to go digging around in like the guts for that you normally do.
Okay.
No,
but you're familiar with this message. The message it's giving is that it is literally like stuck. Yeah, you'd have to clear something before the door could open.
Okay. And there's no Larry Snake Fliamson vent that he could snake his way through and pirouette down from.
And you do see another vent way up in the ceiling. You'd have to go back up on the catwalk to reach it, but there is one.
Hey, Larry!
Sort of in line with the door.
What was that room that it said to go to if we were trying to get through? Like I forget. When we put that first card in, it's like try this.
Computer sciences.
Yeah.
Please proceed to laboratory staff dorms if you're trying to make your way to computer maintenance.
Laboratory staff dorms. Do we know where that
is? There a clear insignia that would get us in that direction?
I mean, John,
there's
you're
not.
the one with the map in your head.
The map doesn't extend that far, unfortunately. And no, there's not any. Not from where you guys. There's no sign that like points in that direction.
All right.
Okay. Billie proposes that two of us take either side of the little lip on this door and just try to get our fingers in there as far as we can, and then each, like, two people on the left and two people on the right, and we just try to pull the door apart. I can't imagine this is going to work, but that's what I'm trying to suggest to the group, whether they want to go along with it or not.
Honestly, considering his experiences, Larry would rather try that first.
Yeah, let's give that a go.
All right.
We're all together.
All right. Everybody give me a check, I guess, please.
Okay.
All right.
Your pick. Grit seems obvious, but if you can reason another stat in there, feel free.
I got +4 to grit, so let's go.
God damn.
Larry's gonna rip that goddamn. Or not Johnny. Yeah, not Larry. Johnny.
If this dice wants to roll.
Yeah, it's all gonna come. It's an avalanche.
There we go.
God damn.
That fits so well.
That's awesome.
That is crazy.
Oh man. I will just say I don't think Larry's actually thinking it would work, but he'd just rather try this.
Yeah, I don't think Billie thinks it's gonna work either, but it's like, given how many times we've had trouble getting through doors, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, this thing is like a big blast door with a 20, defying human ability. Johnny gets it to wiggle a little bit, but it's meant to, retain ships that are near exploding.
Not even something we could like stick a leg into.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and how big's the vent? Is it like a Larry only vent?
No, it's movie sized again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Big enough that any of
all
you
right.
could get in there.
Yeah.
All right, Billie
After that,
grabs
Heroic will say-
Larry's shoulder and like makes to run up to the catwalk to get up in there.
Okay, as long as somebody's coming with them.
Oh yeah.
If I can fit in it comfortably, I will get in the vent. It's just I'm not gonna like worm my way, contorting my body through something super narrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's gonna be like a
Then-
hands and knees crawl.
Okay.
For sure,
Yeah.
everyone
It's
here.
not
could
going to
fit.
be a birth canal.
Then
Yeah.
fine.
No.
Larry will go in first with his wrench in the way, as long as somebody's with.
Oh yeah, Billy's right there with you, buddy.
Yeah.
We're following right behind.
I'll come.
Hand on the shoulder, so you know.
So
that
why
they're
are we
there.
dealing with the door if we're all gonna go?
Yeah, on either side.
Because if there's no guarantee we could get the door open from the other side. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it's better to stick together. Like,
Yeah.
we try the door
No,
first.
no. What I was asking is like, why do I bother trying to open the door from the vent if we're gonna go then?
Oh no, we don't. We just go through. I mean,
Okay,
we try
that's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we can try it. Like, if it looks obvious from the other side, like, oh, there's a pipe stuck in the door or whatever, stopping it from opening.
Yeah. But if it's not apparent, then let's just keep on going.
Yeah.
Okay. Then do we want with Larry leading since he's the one with the melee weapon?
If that's what Larry is comfortable doing, Billy will have no problem following Larry.
Honestly, Larry would not have an issue going first as long as he knows somebody's there with him.
Oh yeah, right behind you, buddy.
All right, then Larry will lead the troop through the vent.
All right. You all make your way up to the top of the catwalk. And Pem, since Billy mentioned it, thought of them. As you get to the spot of your fight, you see all of the android corpses have disappeared.
Oh,
There's
fucking
a little
shit.
bit of oil trail that suggests they were dragged, and then that ends. There's no sight of them.
What?
The rest of the crew sort of continues on without you because they didn't really notice. They're not paying attention. But since it was on your mind, you sort of realize as you're going by, like, hold on.
Yeah. Okay. So Billy's gonna hold up one of his glow sticks, and he's not gonna approach. He's not gonna he is stepping away from the group. I guess the group's going off without him technically, but he is gonna he's gonna see from where he is. Can he tell what direction the trail is going? The trail is left by these bodies.
It is going in the direction of the door back into the more office-y style hallway. Again, that you guys first came to this place through.
Oh, holy fuck. I think Billy's gonna let this one slide. I don't think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna go back and join the group and go through the vent and just pray that he doesn't have to. This was just a dream or something. This is just a figment of his imagination.
All right, yeah, that sounds good to me. You're very easily able to catch up with everyone.
Like I'm not even gonna tell the rest of the party. I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah, that one goes in the vault.
Yep.
Yeah, you catch up with everybody as they're sort of circling around the vent, deciding how to get up there. It's high enough that you could boost someone up, but
yeah, Billy
I
does
assume there's some discussion about who.
Billy just does the interlocked hands thing and holds it down at knee level for Larry to put his foot in.
Okay, Larry, you going first?
Yep.
All right. You get a boost up, and you're able to very easily remove the panel that blocks the vent and get up in there.
Okay. I will just progress far enough to let the next person get in and wait for them.
All right.
And then once they're in, I'll start progressing.
Cool.
Since
Who's
Billy's already in hoisting mode, he just motions to whoever of Jonny and Rice want to go next that he'll boost them up there.
Yeah, I think we'll let Rice go next, so then I can help pull you up once I'm up in there.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Wise.
Yeah.
Hup! Rice is in.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Jonny.
Yeah.
Hup!
Hoist me up.
Johnny's in.
You get like military boot pressed all into your hand. And
Yeah,
these
but
these
notice that there was
spiky.
no change in grunting.
Nope.
It's the exact same.
And then I'll kind of lean out of the vent a little bit to
Dangle
grab,
your gun strapped down so I can
Yeah.
grab onto it.
yeah.
Okay.
grab Billy and hoist him up into the vent.
Billy scrambles up
Yeah.
the wall into the vent.
Well, yeah, I've now learned Johnny is like the strongest man in space, so no roll necessary.
No
You're
kidding.
able to like lift Billy by his collar if you wanted to, and then you're all in the vent.
All right. Larry, lead the way.
Okay.
And Larry's
Larry, you start making your way down. These vents are, you know, a little
I
twisty
boosted
and-
Richard at some point too. Richard's with us. I forgot about
Yeah.
Richard.
Richard, the little rat man, is able to scramble up there himself.
Oh,
That's how he's
yeah.
been navigating the whole time.
All right.
He's a little freak.
Freaky
He's
pole.
like, oh no, please allow me. And then he gets up there. Larry,
He
you
just
know,
he golems his way up the wall.
he does, and he makes that exact noise. It's very important to his strategery for getting up there.
That's how you psych out the predators.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, leading in the front of this vent, it's a little windy and twisty for the rest of them, but for you, you're like, man, this is nothing. This is like the same as walking down a normal hallway for me. So you're able to help everyone navigate through here pretty easily. When you reckon about halfway through, you reach the last long final hallway. You can see the vent on the far end that would let you into whatever room is next. You think you like pause a moment and you hear everyone crawling behind you, but you feel like you hear more banging than that. You the amount of like hand knee going on is more than there should be. You're pretty
Ooh.
sure.
Okay, I tell everybody to stop moving.
Okay. Everyone, I assume, stops.
Yep.
The noise does not.
And where's it coming from?
It's hard to tell. If you didn't know any better, you would say it's coming from outside the vent, but surely that's not possible, right?
Shit.
Like, it sounds like it's next to you guys, but that would be, in the wall.
They're in the goddamn walls.
They're in the walls, man. They're in the walls.
Billy is encouraging with head butting to get everybody moving.
Yeah.
He's butting the head of Johnny's ass. He's butting his head against Johnny's ass, being like, "Come on, let's go."
Okay, well, since we all know they're in the walls now, Larry keeps going.
Yeah.
All right. You keep crawling, all of you, forward, and like I said, you're in the last stretch. Basically, you can see the little gleaming, this bluish kind of light coming in through the cover of the vent that leads, like I said, in the next room. And as you're going, you hear this noise, this walking adjacent to yours, and it continues with you and seems not like it's getting louder, but it's getting more. There's like 2 extra people worth of sound, and then there's 3, and then there's 4, and then there's 5. And then Ryson, I would love it if you could make a dodge check here for me, please, as you're being attacked by something.
Would it be caution?
Sure.
I'm so glad I'm not in here alone.
I will say this is the most vulnerable I feel like our party has been.
Yeah.
We are all stuck in this fucking vent together.
Like, if anything, if it's any consolation, we might all just die together.
Yeah. Max's mysteries
Rice,
will
as
go
you
unsolved.
hey, I mean, That is still a conclusion of the story. Rice, as you're crawling second in line here, you hear the walking next to you, like I said, continue to gain more and more noise until for like a second it stops, and then you hear the punch of a knife basically through the vent. You know, the sound of metal stabbing through more metal as this narrow like spearhead sticks up right underneath you and just barely doesn't reach your abdomen, and then it retracts and you guys all hear the walking start again.
Okay,
What do you do?
that's
Well,
just scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah, true.
Larry's in front, so I feel like the rest of us probably can't really do much of anything until Larry makes a move, right?
There's enough room that, like, if you wanted to draw your pistol, you could definitely do that.
Just
But yeah,
fire
if you wanted to
blindly
make
through the
forward
vent wall?
progress.
Yeah.
Well, that's what something just tried to do to you.
Hmm.
And you were asking what Rice is doing, right?
And what are you all doing?
Oh,
Like,
uh,
Rice is the only one who sees the knife, but you can all recognize
Larry
the
is
sound.
fucking booking to whatever that vent is.
Okay. All right, in that case, yeah, Rice, you pause for a moment as this thing threatens to stab you, and then as it retracts, Larry just starts crawling at his top speed towards the vent.
Can I put my eye against the hole and see through?
Risky
Whoa!
maneuver. Let's
Holy
see.
shit!
Balls on the
Yeah, sure.
accountant, dude.
A freaking spear point just came through, and he's like, "Let me put my eye up there."
This accountant is just crazy.
Yeah.
As the accountant for an evil sci-fi space company, Rice has probably seen some similarly crazy shit. Rice has like spent some time in unincorporated Wild West town. Right? He's had his life threatened on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Is the kind of shit the company puts you up to. So yeah, go ahead and give me a
That's
check,
funny.
Adam, to see what you can see through the other side.
Yeah, probably caution again.
Which we clearly know you don't have.
I'm carefully looking through.
A 7. You get down as low as you can, and like you said, try and press your eye against this hole to see what's down there. And all you can see is this sort of large, what looks like maybe a storeroom, illuminated by this, like I said, just sort of all-encompassing blue light. You don't see certainly what tried to stab you,
Okay.
but it seems like this vent is sort of a part of the ceiling of the next room rather than being fully in the wall.
Well, I'm gonna follow fast.
All right. Once Race moves, I assume Billie and Jonny are hauling ass as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say, if Johnny isn't hauling ass, Billy is like literally shoving his head between his legs trying to get through.
All right, yeah. Can I get an impact and force save from everybody, please?
Okay.
As Larry first, and then Rice, and then Billie and Jonny behind, and then finally Richard Bronislaw. You all reach the end of this vent. Larry pushes the vent cover out, and as he crawls forward just to get, out of a tight, stabby container, he falls out of the vent, and one after the other, you guys just sort of tumble out in your haste to escape. So whoever made their save, let me know.
I failed mine.
I
It's
failed
over
mine.
or under that you save.
Over is a
what was it?
success.
Over.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, impact and
Yeah.
force.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Larry failed.
Okay, everyone who failed takes 6 points of damage. Whoever
Wow.
succeeded, you only take 2.
Wow. So I healed up from 4 to 10, and now I'm back down to 4.
Yeah, you guys you tumble out of this vent, and like I said, it is on the ceiling. You all fall a good ways down. Your blow slightly lessened by landing on these like crates of material that break your fall. as they just crumble under all 5 of you dropping out.
Just a reminder to keep track of your failed saves.
Yeah. What is
Yes.
it? 5 that you get to
5.
Thing, or is
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I just got to 5, so I get to lower a number.
Yes.
Yeah, you get to lower one of your saves, so you make it 1 point easier.
All right. Yeah.
All right, and as the 5 of you pile out into this room, you sort of gather yourselves. You don't hear anything else in the room except you. What do you all do?
And I'm sorry, remind me the illumination situation right now.
You look around, and all you see are these thick tube lights flooding out this like sky blue color
Oh,
for
okay.
the entire room.
So it's very well lit.
It's well lit, but the blue light casts very like stark shadows.
Okay. Well, I think Billy took a pretty hard hit when he fell out of the vent, so I think the first thing that he's doing is kind of looking himself over to make sure he didn't break something, which probably takes him a good 10, 20 seconds. But as soon as he's done with that, he's going to draw a firearm and peer into every, like, from where he is, just kind of peer into every corner of the room and try to ascertain if there are any threats in here.
Yeah, sure. You look yourself over, and you're hurt, but not broken for now. And you pull your weapon out. You look around. The room seems clear from where you are. You're in the corner of a smaller room than the bay, but still larger than most rooms that you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
There's stacks of shelves that reach almost all the way up to the ceiling, and on them are plenty of crates, like boxes of stuff that are wrapped up in like a saran wrap, and all indications of some kind of storeroom.
Okay. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. What the rest of the party can say what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, Larry's last because he was probably at the bottom of the pile.
We all landed on top of you.
He's got a bunch of people on him before he can take any turns.
Get off me!
Yeah, I'll put myself up, and have a look around, see if I can see who or what tried to stab Ryson with his.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'd say, why don't you and Billy both give me a check as you sort of look around?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Pam, since you said you were looking too.
Yep. I'm gonna do... Oh, no.
Failure.
Oh, no.
So
Meanwhile,
yeah, Pam,
my roll was freaking awesome.
it is pretty good. In fact, it's very good. I'd say, yeah, Pem, you and Johnny, Billy and Johnny are like the first up. Pem, being a pilot, you're like straight to your feet, ready for action.
The entire universe is in front of my eyes. Meanwhile, Johnny's eyes just fell out of his head.
Yeah, the two of you get up and start looking around for the threat. And Johnny, you don't see anything. You see the room that I described. It's totally safe. Billy, you see, like I said, what looks like a safe room until you turn around to your group and you see this thing hovering over Johnny, using these spindly little pointed legs to cling to the shelves. It's bizarre looking, and it takes you a moment or two before you realize what it is. But once you fix in on it, it's not hard to see. It is some other kind of amalgamation of android pieces, like the huge cube that you've seen before. But this one is much more slender. It's got a row of torsos fused together in its center, and a dozen of these thin little legs that end in points sticking out from it, and a pair of heads stuck on what you can only assume would be the front of this thing, and it is using those legs to hover itself over Jonny, and you see two of them slowly descending on him.
Oh God. Okay, and at this point, Rice and Larry are still picking themselves up off the floor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and how far away am I from this? It's right above Jonny, but I don't know where I am in relation to Jonny necessarily.
I mean, however far you think Billie would be once he sort of picks himself up.
Yeah, let's say like 6 to 8 feet, probably.
Sure. Sounds right.
Okay. So yeah, Billie. I think I said he already drew his weapon as soon as he realized he didn't have any broken bones. He shouts something that's probably incomprehensible to Jonny, but like it's intelligible as a "holy shit, what the fuck, look out," but it's not in words. It's more like a "oh," that kind of sound.
You caveman grunt. It sounds like a deep historic part of all your brains understands what that caveman grunt means.
Yep. And I would say that the next thing that I would do is raise the pistol and fire, but given where we are time-wise, I'm not sure if we want to save combat for the next session or if we want to tackle it here.
I'll say we will continue for just a couple moments.
Okay. All right. So then, yes, I'm initiating combat. I'm squeezing a shot at this thing. I'm going to aim for as central a position as I can, assuming that that's where the motivating force from this thing is coming from the body, not from the heads.
All right. As you do that, real quick, we will go to Adam and Mike. You two. You know, Pem, the pilot, is quick to his feet, but it's not like it's going to take you guys, minutes to stand up and get yourselves ready. So whatever you would like to do, feel free to let me know.
So I apologize. I had to stand up real quick.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that an alien appeared.
Robot spider more.
A robot spider.
Android spider.
I heard heads. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, multiple heads on this android spider.
And it's over Jonny. All right.
It is over.
Oh,
Jonny.
For fuck's sake!
Since I'm still on the floor, and I get startled by Billie and look up, I will frantically go for my small handgun.
All right. And Adam?
Yeah, so hearing the noise, I get the gun out.
Okay. Yeah, the three of you, Billie lets out this noise, and the two of you recognize it as an expression of like panicked fear and get yourselves ready. You turn around and you see the same thing over you. Jonny is fully oblivious. Johnny's like, guys, what? It's an empty room. Calm down. What's going on? Billie, you raise your pistol up, and with a 4, I mean, hey, you never know. Maybe it will also critically fail. That would be pretty hilarious, actually. That'd be pretty awesome. No, it doesn't. Yeah, a 4 misses. You let off a couple of shots to try and strike this thing in the middle, like you said, and you in your fear, you just sort of shoot wide, and this thing reacts. It quickly retracts from Jonny, from hunting him like a spider would, and both heads look at you, and in just the same voice that all the other androids have spoken so far, both heads repeatedly go, no, 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 no. And this critter scrambles itself up the shelves, and you can see uses its legs to wrap itself around one of the vents, much like the one you guys were in. And it is going to try and disappear somewhere into the ceiling, perhaps to another room, perhaps, between the walls. And I'd say that is a good place to end it. Either you guys can let this thing escape, and we will pick up with a moment of downtime, knowing that this thing is in the facility with you, or if you guys are going to try and take more shots at this, we can pick up with combat next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's fine. I would say I think it's up to you guys whether you decide yourselves to take any shots at this thing. But, wow, holy shit. Okay, that's a great place to end it. All right.